Welcome to the month of transformation. I'm so excited about this word, transformation, because it really has been a lot of what I've been working through over the past year. So I want to say that even though I set up different words month by month, I want to use this transformation for the whole year of 2025. And we're going to start big and deep right now. Transform you into your and me into our authentic selves, where we can be stronger and clearer and really have a powerful direction in the world. So transformation, it's not a program that will happen overnight, but I want to start here and to build very slowly and strongly who we are and where we're going as artists, creators, and as people. This is the program that will roll out and transform us all the way through 2025 to be our best selves as conscious creators. So, and please excuse me, you guys, I'm just about to move. I'm in the middle of a move. So through this month, you're gonna see just the recordings are all done simple and sweet and in the same spot, but really good content. So I wanna give you a little heads up on how this month is organized and how it's arranged. I do talk about, I hope if you guys are in this program that you really look through everything as a whole. I'm really bringing in more business, more direction, more, really making a strong, powerful program. And every single thing that I put inside the month relates to each other and really relates to transformation. So how does that work? I'm going to tell you what I have in here this month because I'm so excited about it. It's the beginning. I have the beginning for the business side of things. I have the beginning for rolling out a whole program on learning and enjoying and loving Instagram. So really, it's like I just kind of give you a good introduction and some things to think about. As we go through each month and through the year, we are, you'll see yourself, we're going to be hitting, at the end of it, there's a big surprise as we get farther on down the road, probably more in April. There's a really big surprise that I have, and it's a way where, I'm like, how can we all help each other in this creativity community to grow each other's Instagram? Well, in the meantime, right now, I want us to very slowly just start thinking of our Instagram and how we'd like to build it. I do a whole section on that, so I'm not going to go too deeply into it. Pop into the Instagram introduction. But all the way down the road, we're going to be doing some real hands-on that I'll surprise you with down the road. That's going to help all of our Instagram grow. So in the meantime, just be ready and start thinking about things. Remember, the way to approach anything in business is with excitement and passion for it and love for it. It's a way, I don't want you to go into your Instagram thinking this is gonna be stressful and hard. It's gonna be so much fun. And we're in the power of a group, you guys. So this is a really fun way to do it. We're in the power of a group, and we're gonna use our whole group when we get a couple months down the road to really boost us and get into this. So that's in the business section of this. I'm really so excited because I actually really want to talk about, instead of, it's like so many people in January, they set their goals, what they want to do. And it's like the goals you don't even stay strong. So for me, I found, and this is what I talk about in one of the sections too, I built my company the first time around, and I did very well, as I like to tell you guys a lot, but I moved so fast and I built things so fast that my base was about this strong, and then I just had so many opportunities in business, and it grew like this. So I was so top heavy that it would have just taken, a kick to knock me over, and it did knock me over. So this time around, you guys, and if you're with me building your work, your business, your life, your programs, it's about having a really strong base, and that takes small steps, slowly but surely. So when I say the word transformation, we'll be working in different aspects of transformation. But it really takes, all these little steps that we're going to be doing through the year to get to our transformation. So I hope you love these small steps as much as I do. So building our avatar is going to be amazing. So what that means, what avatar really means, is building your real true self, building you know, who you want to be, like who you see yourself as, and then not being afraid to step into it. And that's our program that we're building, is creating your own avatar. So in there, I have some that's in the journaling area, so I have some questions for you to answer, and I'd like you to get in there and explore these questions. When we show up for the creativity meeting on Wednesday, I hope you guys show up. I just am loving this. I want to really work with all you guys on a meditation, and we're going to be getting into who our avatar is and, you know, really creating our avatar. So that's how I want to work with you this month. And then I have 2 times where we meet on Discord. And on Discord, when we show up, you can ask me any silversmithing questions, business questions. It's for the first month, it's like I do a lot of or for the first meeting, I do a lot of the talking, see what you're up to. And then the last Discord of the month, it's like, what's on your bench? So when you guys show up, I want to see what you guys are doing. I want to encourage conversations. I want us to meet each other. I want us to see what we're all working on, you know, and what we're working on in everything that we're doing. So that's pretty cool. So that's the way that these work. This membership is becoming all about community. So I hope you try to show up for some of these community meetings. They're really fun. And remember, you guys, please always write in the comments. I love when people ask me to talk about something, because that's exactly why we're starting on this whole the whole Instagram direction, you know. So building the avatar, building who you are, one step at a time. I put in a beautiful meditation with this program that will help you come into your avatar of who you want to become in your life. Who is your authentic self? Like bringing out this beautiful person in you. If you could dream and live big, you know, it's really walking you through. So you get the dreamy side of things, and then when you get into the journaling side of things, it's the practical questions that you're asking and taking these steps. So we're bringing these 2 different directions together to create the dream of who you are moving to become. That makes sense. So that works with they all work together. I call it yoga, and I always am here really trying to, you know, I really want to encourage you guys to get into the yoga. The yoga is not just yoga for yoga's sake. You know, a lot of people think, oh my God, Susan's doing yoga and silversmithing, whatever. That's not what this yoga program is about. I studied the Kundalini yoga, of course, you know, for out in California. I have my Kundalini yoga certification, which out of all the yogas, this is more about energy work. So combined with all of my talisman work and all of my work that I studies and healing processes that I have done both physically and, you know, building companies, I found ways for all of this really to work together. So the energy work and the yoga is really one, and I really want to encourage you guys to do this, because it's just a lot of the breath work and energy work. And the only reason for this is to bring up all of this wasted energy that's in our body and renew it, to heal ourselves to the core by the breath work. Bring in, you know, it's like if you think about energy, food that we eat, like if you want to eat vegetables, kale, fresh kale that you pulled from the ground, this kale has energy in it. So how can we use the energy from the kale effectively in our body? It's as simple and as practical as that energy. You know, how do we find our passion and love our work? Oops, how do we find, you know, how do we get rid of anger in our life? How do we find love in our life? How do we find energy to produce and create something that we love? You know, how do we find strength and courage to move forward and really put our work out there? All of these things are so valid and what all of us are facing. So to face this together as a group, we have the power of a group always. And this is our year for transformation. So you can transform into the person that you are meant to be, right? So that's really what this breath work and yoga work is. It's just an hour, less than an hour. It's beautiful. You feel amazing afterwards. That's one thing I can promise you. And it really works with this whole program of transformation. That's what all this energy work is about this month, is transformation. So You can do the yoga once a month. You can do it twice a month. You can do it 4 times a month. You can do it every single day for 30 days. In fact, I have done programs like that, and it really does transform you. So that being said, just try it once. But they all work together. So do your yoga, do your breath work, do the meditation, do your avatar. We're working this program strong. If you want to be the best person that you can be in this, in this 2025, making a commitment, this is the great way to do it. The other thing I want to mention is that I did put together even the technique that I have in here this month. I'm really excited about it because it's an aspect for mixed media artists. How it's just different ways. I talk about it a lot that once you start going down this silversmithing road, I forget that I am a mixed media artist as well, and I can work small scale, and I can develop personal objects and personal statements that always got attention from the media. There's hardly anyone doing this type of wearable mixed media work now, and if it's done well, you could really yourself put a mark out there in the world, so it's pretty cool. But in the work this month, we're putting in our own words and our own little some words that we think of for our own affirmations, our own power words that make us feel good. And we're embedding them into our work with paper and riveting. So it's pretty cool. I think you guys are going to like this project this month. So a couple other things that I want to say in talking about transformation is that you may find out a lot about yourself this month, this year, in this community membership of Unfolding. It's like, that is my plan for you. This program will roll out and transform us through 2025 to be our best selves as conscious creators. And this is a statement that I love. You can't get where you're going unless you know where you're headed, right? You can't get where you're going unless you know where you're headed. And this statement I put in just because I love it. I'm lost, but I'm making good time. So let's get found and know what we're doing and move forward. This isn't, and like I said, this isn't just a New Year's resolution. This is a profound direction. And I'm just giving you guys a little bit each month, because think about taking a tiny bit of information and digging it in deep. And our work that we do together, we'll be doing at our meetings anyway. So it's going to be fun to see you guys at the meetings. So this is an opportunity on whatever level that you're comfortable with to make a fresh start with checking in and building or rebuilding who we are, but also who we intend to be, one step at a time. This requires being conscious of your actions on a daily basis. Boom, I wrote all this stuff up for us. In this month, so I talk about the avatar that we've created. And I also want you guys to think about this month. Using the creative coaching theories, this is a statement that is so beautiful, and you might want to write it down. It's called be, you get into be, do, and have. And what that means is that you show up and you be yourself. You show up at your bench, you show up in your life, and you be you. And then you do you. So the next step is more action. You do you. You build your pieces you want. You do the shows you want. You be the avatar that you want. You be. And then the next thing is when you show up and do those two things authentically, you have. You meet your goals. You have. It's just those 3 simple words for manifesting, which is so cool. So that's what I'm working with right now. And if you have any questions, remember, we can talk about this at any of the meetings that we have. So I wanted to say that try the challenge of expecting more from yourself this year than just showing up to whatever the day is about. You owe yourself more than that. So think about that. There are more millionaires in the world right now than ever because of self-awareness and alignment trainings, all of these trainings. More entrepreneurs who are aware of their personal, creative, and business life will be able to reach these goals. This is how you get there. Consider spending the next 6 months or year focused on building, renewing, transforming, and the rest will come. Be, do, have. Woo! It's kind of fun. So my focus for this for the creative process to help, in helping creative people to go deeply inward, to align by introspection, which in turn creates personal growth and expansion in your life, work, and business. And how does that happen? It happens, how would you feel, how would you feel if you really could know your direction this year? If you really knew who you are and where you're going? Wouldn't that feel great? That's what we're doing this year. You have nothing to lose, but just a little time investment to make yourself stronger and better. And so here's the formula that we start with. First of all is this knowledge, self-exploration, digging a little deep, and that turns into giving more clarity for yourself. Clarity turns into alignment of who you are and what you're about. You start to understand. And from alignment, you become magnetic, which I love the magnetism. It's like once you know yourself, you be and you do. You have, your people will find you. Your people will come. And I always talk about that in a really strong way. Yeah, we're going to go in and do really powerful Instagrams, and we're going to do some cool things to boost up the algorithms down the road. That's going to be the surprise down the road, is really all getting in and helping each other boost up our algorithms. But, it's kind of a little Band-Aid that we put on it just so we can get ourselves out there, because when we are being and doing, we will have, and that's where the magnetism comes in, and I talk about that a lot. And from there, you have success. So whatever your success is, and the last time that I talked on the creativity meeting, there were people that were like, let's talk about money. Let's talk about money goals. Let's talk about, I usually avoid that myself. Many times we avoid the idea because as artists we think, we do know that when you be and you have, that everything will come, but everything is including money. Because you want to be, even if you have more than enough money than you ever will need, you still want to make sure that you have input and output, because money is just energy. So as you spend on gems and courses and classes, you also want to be able to sell and have this beautiful little circle, because this is the energy circle, So nothing is wrong with money, with getting your work out there. Every single artist that I know wants to make a statement with their work and have their work get out there to a certain degree, whether it's just their friends or family, or whether it's to a really big global business. So that's going to be up to you guys. That actually is all about, so also in coming, you guys, and when we get to the other side of the year, I have a beautiful, that I'm so excited about, a way that I really feel like I can help people to build your own personal body of work that will be very strong and very powerful. And this is, my first course that I roll out. And by the end of it, you will be completely prepared to show up for a gallery, for wherever you want to go in and show and teach, and you'll be powerful. And in fact, at the end of this course, we do a gallery event, and I do promotion and all of that. So you already have one thing for your resume. Wouldn't that be cool? And then the second part of it is the Pathfinding course that is so beautiful and powerful. The Pathfinding course is about aligning yourself to your true calling. And it's business. It's the energetic side of business and business. So in this course, you really find out who are you, wholesale, retail, like what's your, through different energy work and meditations and the practicality of writing, getting into building up your whole platform. And by the time we're at the end of this one, that's when we really get into this Instagram and we start, in a group, like really boosting the algorithms of Instagram. But in the meantime, you are set up where when you walk away from Pathfinding, you're going to have all of your stories and your profile and a whole new way to do photography and film and present. You're going to know who you're presented as, so you can show up either online or show up a place in person, and there's your business. So this is going to be really exciting. I'm really excited to work with you in that way. I want you to consider taking the 2 courses that I have coming up in the, late winter in February, end of February. And if you can't, just join us here in the membership, and this is really a good part of it. So those are the ways to get into there. So you can see that the formula of knowledge, clarity, alignment, magnetism, success, the more successful you will be. How do I know this? Because I've lived this theory once before when I became successful in my work without even knowing this formula. I built my companies, I lived my life this way, and now what I'm doing is rebuilding my company and rebuilding myself again, and I'm getting closer and closer, and it's really fun and it's exciting. But I'm using my formula of when I was younger and built it the first time. And that came with passion, you know, and this really truly is, if you love what you're doing, the rest will come, the money, the, you know, accolades, the recognition, all of that will come. But we're getting there step by step. Building your life, no matter what age you are, is vital. It gives, in fact, when you are aligned, your energy creates a younger, fresher self, because you have a passion for your life. So your energy comes more easily. So if you feel tired and older, like, and you feel like it's not for you to build your life fresh in this way, that is like, this is the way to create passion and love, and your age won't even matter anymore. And you know, me too, it's like, this is my second time around, and I'm so excited. My energy comes in building and finding new ways, and it's been really a fun process. So I hope you guys join me along the way for that. So success in anything that you do is built, and it's in the being part. So remember, it's 85% focused inward, researching, planting seeds, manifesting, clarity, aligning, setting goals, manifesting techniques. 85% of that is done behind the scenes, and we do it here within our group to make it stronger and more powerful. And only 15% we use our time, once we really plant all the seeds, we can spring out and start the building of your products, the building of your line, the marketing plans, the launches, the social media. But everything's done behind the scenes. You know, to get out there, and I think the way people get overwhelmed is they go out and they try to do everything at once. We're doing things quietly behind the scenes to build our strength, and later, like in the Pathfinding course, we build it behind the scenes. Now you have all your social media, you've got your origin story, you've got, you know, everything written. So when you go out to do your social media, it's there, it's easy, it's fun, right? So all this is done behind the scenes ahead of time. And that's the way millionaires work, and that's the way I worked when I built my original multi-million-dollar companies, if that makes sense. So we start with the beginning. Let's spend a little time pulling together your avatar of who you really are to make it easier to step into the best version of yourself. We're creating our personal avatar. We're creating our dreams. We're creating a strong base. We're creating just the very beginnings of thinking about transformation in our Instagram to showing up more powerful, and, you know, journaling the ideas for ourselves. So I hope you guys get into these different techniques. They all work together, like I said, and please enjoy the first month of transformation.